Hey everyone, Eugene here, back again. Hope you're all well. Coming to you from the Cold Cellar, also known as the wine cellar or the root cellar. I like to think of it as my perfume cellar because I'm in a 5x10 concrete storage room where I keep all my perfumes. So it's the cold cellar is traditionally kept for stocking booze, excess booze, wine and beer, or vegetables, canned goods, pickled goods, cured meats, stuff like that. And I don't drink for no other reason than I don't. I'll have a couple of cold beers in the summertime and maybe a shot or two of cognac and a couple of glasses of wine at Christmas, and that's about it. So I definitely don't need storage for booze. Could also probably be used as a bomb shelter because it's like 6 inches of solid concrete, and I've got 2 vent holes in here just to allow some fresh air. But I've lost my recording space. I was thinking about using my wife's office, but she's constantly rearranging furniture, so that's not going to work for me. And I figure, all my perfumes are down here. I'll have more privacy. I'll have more time to shoot. My family does go to bed at an early hour, so I can come down here and make as much noise as I want. And there's no possible way anyone will hear me, just because it's really away from the rest of the house. But I'm going to try this, see how it works. I'm not really sure about the acoustics. It does sound like there's a little bit of an echo in here. Not sure about the lighting, but we're going to try it anyway. Here's my scent of the day, and this is Terre de Hermes Eau de Toilette, and I picked this bottle up. It was late last winter, and I've worn it quite a bit. This is my second bottle of the EDT. I'm not sure if you can see how much I've used there, but it does kind of seem different than my original bottle, which was a little bit more resinous and earthy and woody, like dry woods. To me, I'm finding this a little bit more creamy, a little bit more floral, and this really strange note of vanilla, which I don't remember picking up before, and I'm not sure if this has changed or not, but it does seem a little bit more different. And I'm not sure if I'm, from my horrible memory, am I thinking about the pure parfum and if that's what I'm comparing it to or not, but it seems just a little bit different. No performance issues whatsoever. Lasts all day on me. It does have that nice light Elena transparency, which I love. It likes to play hide and seek. It'll disappear for a bit only to pop up its head shortly after. So if anyone knows the details, let me know, but I am really curious. Vanilla, I never really thought of Terre de Hermes and associated any kind of vanilla with it. But so the whole purpose of this video is I've got a couple of things here I want to share with you. I'm going to unbox them. A couple of these things I picked up about a year ago, almost at the last Guerlain VIP event late last year, and I still haven't opened them. So we'll kind of do that now, and we'll just, keep it really casual and discuss things as we go. Probably should have done this live just to get you guys interactive, but it just didn't work out like this. So here's Hiris, a gorgeous Iris Soliflor created by Olivia Giacobetti, and this came out in 1999. Is it 1999? That long ago? I want to say 1999. So about 8 years before 28 La Pausa. I thought almost for a second it was going to be the blue bottle. The blue bottle is the vintage bottle. It's more of a purplish violet color, kind of the color of the label here. That's what color the vintage is. So this is a repackaged bottle. And what they wanted to do is keep all bottles uniform. And with the gold cap, you'll notice the gold cap is part of the women's collection. The black cap is marketed towards men, but whatever. I find this totally unisex and anybody can really wear it. it's really austere and just a gorgeous Iris Soliflor. Let's spray some of this and oh, it's just really a gorgeous fragrance. I don't find it very bold or outrageous, but it's just, you know, what you would picture Iris to be. Very soft and smooth and somewhat creamy. There's got to be a nice sandalwood note in the base of this. I know Luca Turn once described this as that carrot opening, and I do kind of get that carroty vegetal opening right in the opening, but it doesn't stick around for too long. But I want to say this is almost like, this is one of the first Iris Soliflors to do something like this, and might have been the inspiration for Chanel's La Pausa, for Cartier's Promise, Lures number 1, which are both also great Iris Soliflors. So a very soft, I want to call this like an introverted scent. It's very, it's just, you know, kind of like a personality. It doesn't speak much, but, you know, when it does, it's heard. People listen. Just a very earthy, soft, white Iris. I'm not sure I can pick out anything else. It's just a really beautifully crafted perfume. Giacobetti's kind of known for her abstractness. She's done quite a few irises. She's done fig very well, and she's also teen notes, mostly for L'Artisan. I'm not sure who else. I think she's done a couple of things for Diptyque as well. Okay, so let's do another Hermes, and that's Galop. They've included a kind of a string here to attach to your cap. Here we've got, I'm not quite sure what this is, some kind of envelopes or Galop Hermes. Oh, and it's just kind of instructions of how to tie your string to the cap. So Galop was one of the first perfumes that Nigel has done on her own for Hermes after she took over from head perfumer Jean-Claude Elena. And I did struggle with this for quite a while, and mainly because of that sour, fruity note. You know, this is a very abstract rose, leather, saffron perfume. And for as many times as rose and saffron have been done, I do find this quite unique and original. I'm not a huge fan of saffron, and that might be another thing that I struggle with, is that saffron note. So again, wonderful packaging by Hermes. Hermes seems to be doing everything right these days. I'm not sure about their perfumes. I'm not sure how I entirely feel about Nigel's takeover. I'm dearly going to miss Jean-Claude Elena. I'm already kind of feeling the change, you know, with Nigel's Terre flanker, the Intense Vetiver, her Eau de Citron Noir, kind of iffy, so-so. I haven't even picked that one up yet. I probably won't. I'm going to bypass it. I do like her Twilly. This, I can't say I love this. I do respect it and I appreciate it. And it's probably just because I find it a little bit challenging in a way that it's very sharp. Let's see if we can get this on. It's quite sharp. So it's pretty much, the main notes I get is rose, leather, spice, and rotting fruit. Nigel has this thing for rotting fruit. I get that rotting fruit in the Intense Vetiver, or Terre de Hermes Intense Vetiver. So that just kind of goes on here. And the packaging, if you look at the bottle here, the packaging is a tribute to Hermes's fascination with horses and equestrians. This is a, damn, what are these things called again? I guess where the jockey would put his foot into while riding a horse. I can't remember, but it looks, you know, you can see the shape, the outline here. Let's spray some on. So this is pure parfum, 50 ml pure parfum. Packaging is absolutely gorgeous. Oh, it's very sharp. Like, so I think the first thing I noticed really is that sharp fruit note, and it's quince. Quince is part of the pear family, and it, you know, it's almost like a rotting, sharp pear note. Something that should have been thrown out in the garbage or recycling, you know, days ago. It's well past its prime. This is nothing. I wouldn't want to eat this pear. You definitely get sick. It's almost like a pear that's been soaked in alcohol for quite some while. You know, with that rotting pear, there's that saffron. So it's very sharp. Rose is definitely there. Rose leather is there, and it's kind of like it's got this dirty accord to it, almost like, you know, you're riding on a horse and you're going through a rose garden, and you can pick up just dirt. Like it could even be like horse poop. Partially, it's not that dirty. It's not poopy at all, but there are some kind of like sour dirtiness. Maybe where the pears are growing and just pears falling into the ground. I think I appreciate this more. I think I would appreciate this more on smelling it on someone else than myself. You know, I've worn it quite often, and the first couple times I was like, wow, this is quite strange, actually. I've never smelled anything like this. And each and every time after that, you know, I was able to appreciate it more. I can't say I love it, but it is something that I do. I think it's really unique. It's completely, you know, they stayed away from anything mass appealing or something to that effect. So yeah, they've just kind of stuck to their theme on horses here. You know, there's definitely that horsey leather. It could even be like a saddle accord, that leather, or a leather jacket that the riders, the jockey's wearing. So that's Galop. Galop. I gotta improve on my French. Here is from the Elixir Charnel. This is Oriental Brulant, and I'm not really crazy about this whole collection. This is one that's marketed towards women. I think a lot of them are unisex. Some are kind of girly. Cellophane. You know, even the bottles themselves are inspired by a woman's boudoir. They try to be really sexy. You know, the colors are all kind of the same. They've got that pink juice to them. There was one of these. These are both, this one and the other one I've got to show are both discontinued. So that's kind of one of the reasons I picked them up. One I kind of liked more than the other, but, you know, if they weren't going to be discontinued, I don't think I would have gotten either. So this is Oriental Brulant. Right off the bat, I pick up incense. And this is actually a lot better than I remember it to be. I remember this being overly sweet. And it's not. I don't find any sweetness to this right now. It's a very nice, earthy incense. And I'm going to say there's some labdanum in here. Some earthy elements. Maybe leathery accordion. Almost feels like there's a light patchouli in the background. I would say this is totally unisex. I don't feel like this is as feminine as some of the others like Gourmand Coquine. And there's another Floral Romantique, which is quite feminine as well. I would say this one leans, it might not be, you know, masculine, but it's leaning more towards the unisex side. It's got something powdery in here, and it reminds me of like, okay, so this could be the deal breaker. It's kind of like a, you know, woman's cosmetics or makeup, some kind of makeup. I like this a lot more than I remember it. But I've only really worn this from a sample given to me from the boutique. This was the last bottle that Toronto Boutique had. And that was one of the reasons that I picked it up. And now I'm so glad I did. Because this is a lot nicer than I remember. Oriental Brulant. I can't remember who the perfumer was for that. Actually, it was Christine Nigel. I think she did the majority of these. The head perfumer for Hermes now. I know Thierry Wasser had done Floral Romantique. He may have done French Kiss, which is also in this line. But I think Christine Nigel had done the rest. This is Bois Torride. She may have done Bois Torride, Oriental Brulant, Gourmand Coquine. So there's 6 of them all together. And there's the Chypre. Rose Chypre? Is it Rose Chypre? I have it here somewhere. No, it's not Rose Chypre. It's something else Chypre. So this one's, it's only, I guess this is the original packaging. This must have been a reform or repackaged differently because it did have cello. And this has just kind of got 2 stickers on the top and bottom. So we'll undo this. What was the other Chypre called? I have a bottle right here. Let me just quickly check because I can't remember. Ah, Chypre Fatale, that's what it was. Okay, Chypre Fatale. Which is kind of like a fruity rose. Okay, this is proving to be a little bit more challenging than I thought. It must be just because this box must be a little bit older and the stickers, like, it's almost like this box was sitting in a hot car and the sticker melted to the box. It's kind of what it reminds me of. Okay, so this is the one that must have been sweeter. I remember one was really sweet and I almost thought like I had mislabeled my samples, but this one's got more of a peachy, pinky color to the juice than Oriental Brulant. Let me just get Oriental Brulant out here. Okay, so Oriental Brulant's quite a bit heavier in the color. So that's Galop. Oriental Brulant's really softened up. You know, I can't pick up the incense anymore. It seems like some fruits have come out. So maybe this is starting to lean a little bit more feminine. But it hasn't turned bad, none the least. Okay, so let's try Oriental or Bois Torride. This must be an older bottle. Oh, no, because the names of the perfumes, they only show up on the side here, and it's just very, very lightly in very fine print. Okay, so let's put some of this on. I have a feeling this is going to be the sweet one, and I must have had my samples mixed up. Yeah, that's it. I must have had my samples mixed up because there was one I liked and one I thought was too sweet. And to me, this is way too sweet. It's almost like Le Petit Robe Noir sweet you know, and then some. It's definitely got something fruity in there. But Bois Torride, you know, just the name, Bois, wood, Torride, I'm not sure what Torride translate to, but it sounds like, you know, torrid, so woody torrid, like huge wood or big wood. You know, it's not, the perfume isn't as exciting as the name, but I don't find this collection very exciting at all. I actually wish they would discontinue all of these and just kind of buy all the bottles back that they've ever sold and bury them or shoot them in outer space and forget they were ever created, because they're not very inspiring. Especially this one. There was another one, I think it was French Kiss, that was very uninspiring too. Had a very Le Petit Robe Noirness to it. And, you know, when you can get Le Petit Robe Noir for $90, why would you spend triple on, you know, an exclusive that's 75 mil? Oriental Brulant I really like. And Galop is developing nicely. And nowhere can I find Hiris, even though Hiris is very subtle, and I've worn it many times, and it does come to life, you know, hours after you've applied it. And even though I can't pick it up right now, I'm sure that I will get traces of it later. But from all of these, Hiris is definitely my favorite, and something I look forward to wearing tremendously. In my opinion, a complete and true masterpiece. Hermes Hiris, the one and only. Okay, so it's been my unboxings. I've probably gone well over time. I know a couple of people have complained about, you know, the length of my video. And like I said again, like over and over, if you don't like it, you simply don't have to watch. But you can definitely leave a comment. Let me know what it's like in this foxhole. You know, how's the sound? How's the lighting? Should I find another room? If I do, you know, I probably won't be able to shoot as much. But anyway, I want to thank you all for watching, and we'll see you again soon.